Ghost in the Shell is a new action film based on the manga and anime by the same name. And, I had a lot of fun with the movie for what it was. It's not as introspective or intelligent as the original, and it's just more of a standard action film. But as an action film, it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Everything they told you was a lie.
Who are you?
They did not save your life. They stole it.
So the movie stars Scarlett Johansson as Major, and she is the first ghost or brain inside a machine, a shell. So basically, you don't know exactly what happened, but something happened where she was, her body was mostly destroyed, and they saved her by putting her brain into a shell, into a robot body. And this body is kind of a tactical body. And it was interesting how they did it. Like they did almost like a bodysuit, but it's kind of funny because in the anime, it just more seems like she's naked, and when she has until she does the camo, the stealth tech, like she is just naked, and she looks like a human. That's the thing. And this one, I think they tried to make it so that they would get a PG-13 rating, so they gave her like a bodysuit, like a nude bodysuit, which I don't know, somehow they can still show in all the trailers, but I understand why they did that. But it makes it so that she done in the manga and the anime, it's very much that outwardly she looks just like a human, but like inwardly she doesn't feel like a human. She feels like she isn't real. Like she feels like an artificial intelligence. The whole idea that that even though they say that she has a brain in her, like she can't crack her head open and look to see. Like she is almost like worried that whether like she is completely artificial. Like she doesn't know, like how can I know if I even am a human? And I in the anime, it really kind of brochures like between like when do you stop becoming a human, or when you artificially enhance that yourself. And this movie doesn't really delve too much into that. Like there's a couple of scenes where they kind of like she doesn't talk enough to me in the movie. Like in the anime, she talks a lot, and her brain doesn't quite work the same as a human's would. And in this one, she's more just like gives looks, or she like does other things, like when she hires a prostitute to look at her face and try to see what's different between her face and Major's face. But honestly, the anime isn't much of a movie. Like it's very weird. Like I actually watched it again, just it's a great movie. I watched it again to refresh my memory, and it's very different. Like it's not a normal American movie like at all. And this movie, this Ghost in the Shell, the live action version, is definitely been adapted for American sensibilities. Like they don't delve too much into like the whole idea of modifying humans to a point where like you don't know where the line is between human and machine. But they made it more of a movie because they gave her more of a backstory, and that's great. But at the same time, it made her like more human, kinda. Like she doesn't like she tried to figure out like who she was before she was Major, and that's a major part of the movie. And I like that, but it's a little heavy-handed some of the times, and you see like it's very similar to the anime. Like you see all the best shots in the movie were in the anime, and that's great. But some of the other stuff they changed because in the anime, there's this puppet master, and the funny thing is that he does a lot of the same things that Kuze does in this film. But in the puppet master in the anime, he is an artificial intelligence like that they created, and he's trying like each runs. So it's kind of like a weird thing because like one is like a human intelligence in an artificial body, and the other is an artificial intelligence that's hacking into human minds. and it's kind of really interesting dichotomy and like a mirror image of each other that they plays out. And this one is very different. It's like you say, like the main, like one of the main enemies, like other than Kuze villains, would be just like the corporation. And I know it's so easy to just have like a big evil corporation, and they never really explain too much about why they're evil. Like, I mean, they want to, like what they're doing. I mean, they could better society. I mean, like if someone has, got an incurable illness, they could have their brain put in the body of an android, or and that it would better. But they don't really discuss what they want to do with it. And the very first one they create into like a super soldier. Like, they never really are that clear about their motives. But I mean, the action in this film is excellent. Like, there are a lot of some, like, couple scenes that are really memorable and really fun and really kick ass. And I really enjoyed them. So it's kind of odd. It's like, I liked Bato, the guy who played them, Pilo Asbake. And I like all the characters. I like how they it all becomes like a whole thing that like a spy agency sort of thing, and people go in and gives them, and it's a simple story then, but it's enjoyable. Now, as for the whole whitewashing controversy, I really think that's just bullshit for this. Because I mean, if you look at the anime and look at Scarlett Johansson, especially in her get up for this movie, they look a lot alike. They look, I mean, really good. Like, I don't see how anyone could have portrayed her better. And I really think if you had an Asian woman, an Asian actress playing her, it wouldn't have looked at all like the anime. But, and they also do things where they explain it in the anime. So essentially, her brain is Japanese, but her body is an android. And you say that maybe the creators, that's their perfect vision of what a beautiful human woman would be. If that's like they created that image in her and they put her in that body. Like, and I wish they could have done more with it to explain that more, like to make it more that like something that, that she's an Asian woman in a white woman's body. But they don't do too much with it, but they do enough so that it's not really whitewashing at all. And also, you have to think for a big American movie, like, you try to think what Asian woman would they have hired to be the lead role, and I really can't think of any ones that would have fit. And I know that's kind of horrible to say, but there aren't any huge Asian Asian stars, especially for American audiences. Honestly, just think it's the outrage culture that is just kind of goofy, and I don't really see it. But the movie itself, I would have enjoyed more intelligence in the storytelling. But the action is great, and as an action film, I had a lot of fun with it. I probably give it an 8.25 out of 10 or something like that. And if you want, you can check out my other videos around my head. And thanks for watching.